Hey, welcome everybody. It is GleeCon here with another episode of Lore of Warcraft. We got a short one here today as we continue our little 10,000 years before the Dark Portal section, which was telling how the Night Elves in Najara were coming to power, and then they made that deal with evil Illidan, were kind of tricked to allow the Burning Legion to come. Some of her minions, Xavius, became the satyr. Enslaved to the Burning Legion and became this evil satyr race. And now we have Deathwing and the Dragon Soul, and how I guess this is all wrapped into it. I believe we know that Deathwing is going to cause cataclysm, and Dragon Soul is involving that. I don't know exactly what Dragon Soul is. I don't remember that raid. I've maybe done it like once. All right, so here we go. While Cenarius gathered the wild gods, Malfurion called on the mighty dragon aspects to defend Azeroth. They're all that's left, really. Led by Alexstrasza the Lifebinder, the dragons convened at their ancient meeting ground of Wormrest Temple to discuss how best to hold back the Legion's invasion. It was during one of these gatherings that Nelfarion the Earth Warder proposed a solution. He convinced his fellow aspects to sacrifice a portion of their power and infuse it into the Dragon's Soul, a singular artifact of his own design. The weapon he claimed would focus their powers and scour the Legion from the face of Azeroth. Unbeknownst to the other aspects, Nelfarion had fallen prey to the whispers of the old gods. Oh no. Over the ages, the vile entity's influence had tainted the bedrock surrounding their underground prisons. Nelfarion's innate ties to the earth made him uniquely susceptible to this evil. Darkness had gradually pervaded the aspect's once great heart. His descent into torment and madness led him to create the Dragon Soul, although it would later be called by another more fitting name, the Demon Soul. Okay, I guess that's why there's that Dragon Soul raid, which is in the Caverns of Time, where you want that to continue to happen so that the timeline's not screwed up or whatever. Amid a furious battle between the Legion and the Night Elf resistance, the 5 Dragonflights made their final assault against the Legion. Working in unison with his comrades, Nelfarion unleashed the full might of the empowered Dragon Soul and utterly decimated the Legion. Yet just as hope began to swell among the defenders, Nelfarion turned the weapon against his own allies, Night Elf and Dragon alike. Nelfarion's brutal attack murdered nearly all of the Blue Dragonflight, so that's why Malygos is so weak, I guess. Though the other dragons attempted to stop him, they were forced to flee. The Night Elves were also horrified and awestruck by the sudden betrayal. Eventually, they too retreated from the battlefield to escape Nelfarion's wrath. Actually, Malygos, by Wrath of Lich King, he's kind of gone crazy. My wife and I just did that quest line. We're kind of doing a little lore master thing on the side last night. And I was reminded of that. So I don't know if this is the beginning of Malygos becoming crazy. As the Dragon Soul's energies flooded through him, Nelfarion's body began tearing apart. A raw power like the seething heart of a volcano engulfed his soul. Smoldering fissures wrenched open across Nelfarion's scaly hide, and from these wounds, geysers of white-hot fire and magma burst forth. With a howl of rage, Nelfarion finally withdrew from the engagement and disappeared into the skies. Though Nelfarion's assault was short-lived, it had changed the world forever. Single-handedly, he had shattered the unity and power of the great Dragonflights. They would never be the same again. Malygos, leader of the Blue Dragonflight, would suffer far more than any other aspect. On seeing his followers die, he was driven mad with grief that would linger for thousands and thousands of years. That's where you come into... he's still kind of mad in Wrath of the Lich King, and... He's kind of crazy. He's basically still crazy then. So really, they lost 40% of the dragons that day because Nelfarion, which is the Black Dragonflight leader, he's coming off, and it sounds like we're about to read, he becomes Deathwing. And so his flight is basically evil. And the Blue Dragonflight, so I don't know. I know green, that's probably pretty good for a while. Red is usually pretty good, but they've got some stuff going on. And then the Time Dragons, they're kind of their own thing too. We'll find out. Henceforth, Nelfarion would be known as Deathwing. His treachery would curse his own Black Dragonflight to a life of fear and seclusion. In the coming ages, they would find themselves hunted to the brink of extinction by the other flights due to Deathwing's unforgivable betrayal. So they're not inherently bad. They've kind of been forced to be that way, I guess, when you look at it from that angle. But we do know you fight them non-stop. I mean, but as far as that goes, I'm pretty sure I've fought and killed every type of dragon in one way or another, including their babies. Except maybe not the Time Dragons as much. Unless those evil ones that come in the Caverns of Time. I don't know. All right, so we see the beginning of Deathwing, which ties into Cataclysm, and we see how Malygos becomes evil, which is interesting to me, considering I was just playing around with that yesterday. And we see where the Dragon Soul raid comes from. All right, guys, I'm guessing that's Cataclysm too. I don't remember which expansion. I will see you on the next episode of Lore of Warcraft. Even in these little snippets, we learn pretty cool stuff. Thanks for your time as always. Peace out.